Intel still maintained its telecom division, but they wanted to go into datacom. I think most of you know they were one of the three authors of the Ethernet specification in 1980. It was Intel, DEC, and Xerox, and Intel was going to make the chip. And I think in 1980, in an Intel division in Israel, they did make an Ethernet LAN chip. Dave, tell us about that and subsequent efforts for Intel and datacom and telecom.
Well, yeah, the whole plan in the beginning, of course, Xerox had come up with the original idea of PARC and went to DEC and got DEC on board, and DEC said we need a semiconductor company to make this work, and so they came to Intel and pitched us, and we signed up and became the tribe of three to create the original spec for Ethernet. And of course, we were expected to make the chip, so we looking around for resources. We had some in Haifa, in our design center in Israel, and assigned the 586 to the design center. It turns out that the algorithm, if you remember the back-off algorithm, collision detection, when you detected a collision, you're supposed to back off
to a
random number, and so you needed a random number
before
generator.
You were trying to retransmit and get control of the medium.
Right, so that collision detection, multiple axis collision detection, CMCD. The algorithm that we had, we were convinced was a totally random algorithm. But when Digital got the chip, they says, I got the chip designed. They says, I don't know if this is going to be totally random in a real system environment. And they started developing their own random number generator. At the time our chip was out and we delivered it to Digital to test, because they're the system testers of the product, they put a whole bunch of these things together and ran a test, and sure enough, over the weekend the thing locked up. And they, once it was in sync, it was just, all it was collision detection. There wasn't anything else.
There wasn't any back off and retransmit.
That's right. And so then there was a big argument between DEC and the design center in Israel, and about what was really happening, if it was really the chip's fault or not, et cetera. So DEC went to AMD and gave them their design, and AMD developed the chip, and AMD wound up selling more of their chips, LAN chips, than we did because of that.
And then Intel followed up in the 80s with voice band modem chips and ISDN chips. Why did that fizzle out? That was a big business for Intel.
In the chip business, like in the computer business and the software business, every generation's a new battle, and kind of the winner takes all. And we never seemed to come out on top. I mean, our chip was on those areas. We never seemed.
What's amazing is you always in those years you were always first with the LAN chip, with the ISDN chips, with whatever, with the voice band modem chips. But
first doesn't mean you win.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we're not first in a number of things that we won at.
Right.
And we were first at some things we won at, and we were first at some things we didn't win at.
Along those lines, the DSP chip.
Yep.
We designed a DSP chip with the hope or the view that we would bring to the analog designer the kind of
flexibility,
the tool that the digital designer had in the microprocessor. The trouble is that there weren't very many analog designers who were comfortable with digital signal processing. What they were looking for at the time, or most customers, they wanted a box to hang on their VAX computer or something like that would allow them to do faster digital simulations, for like oil well signal processing and stuff. Not what we had. And then in 1980, Intel moved the whole telecom group to Arizona, and I like California. I didn't want to go to Arizona. So that went away, and I guess they just decided not to follow up in the digital signal processing.
TAMO, telecom, automotive, military operation was the telecom went away, and military never was very big, and automotive. Well, we won the Ford EQ4 engine controller, so I think it was about 1978.